for the maiden voyage of tonight's program. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, I think we just got a donation. Alligator skulls, $5. Anybody out there? You have to forgive us for working out a few bugs in the studio this evening. Doing a little microphone check for everybody. Waiting for the producers to tell me if our audio levels are checking out okay. Could you hear me over the music? Should I redo the show's intro? Broadcasting to you live from the top of the San Gabriel Range, Mount Wilson, the jewel of the San Gabriel Mountains. This is this evening's Mysteries with your host, CheffidRigsby. Maybe next time we'll be able to make that flow a little better. All right, everybody, here we are in the show. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Do I have to constantly stay up top of this microphone? All right. Just let me tune in my radio here. Make sure everything's ready to go. Getting a sneak peek into the secret Mount Wilson Observatory radio studio. Broadcasting from the highest elevation for the clearest broadcast bit rate possible. Testing. Do you read me? Are there any issues with my audio? I'm going blind here. Giving it a little bit of a boost. We're boosting the signal. WCHF. Busting out a higher frequency. Megahertz in the billions. How does it sound now, everybody? Still low? Well, deal with it. This is a pirate broadcast from the Mount Wilson secret radio station. All right, can we get into the show now? Are we ready? Producer says we're okay, so I sure hope I don't waste my breath and you guys can actually hear what I'm saying tonight. Hello, everybody. Just giving it a little bit of buffer time here to see if everyone reads me loud and clear. Yeah, well, the number's not ready yet. It's not time for open lines. All right, we're starting the show. I'm not in my regular chair this evening, but it's gonna have to do. All right. Well, in the news, I'm not sure if any of you heard this story about the Bigfoot that has been the culprit of home invasions and car thefts. I was reading in the newspaper that a city in, I think it was in Alaska, they had a man had reported several break-ins, and he claims that it can't be bears, which the police told him because they said there was no scratch marks on the vehicle, and that Bigfoot had been the culprit for breaking into his car. He also said that Bigfoot has been breaking into all the stores and houses in the neighborhood, and he's convinced that it isn't a bear because he said it was done with such dexterity and skill that a bear wouldn't have been able to do this. And apparently Bigfoot is stealing cars in Alaska. So, fascinating. If anybody else knows any information about this, please forward it to us. Also in the news, I'm not sure if you heard about... Oh, Verseska, thank you very much. We got a donation. She must love the news. Have you heard about the man who made a bet with his friend about flat earth theory? And the one man said that there was no such thing and flat earth was ridiculous, and the other man said that it was true, and he bet him $10,000 that he could prove that it was false. And apparently when it came time and he had proven to him that the earth really was round, the man said he wouldn't pay him, and he ran into him at a gas station one day, and he threatened him with a crossbow. And he said he was going to kill him and his father if he didn't pay up the $10,000 bet that he owed him, because the earth was really round and the flat earther wouldn't pay him. So they went to court, and the judge ruled in the favor of the man not having to pay. He said the earth was round, but that the man was not held liable for the bet because it wasn't a binding contract. And that was in Australia. So if anybody out there in Australia is... Oh, I got a donation from Tom Flaherty, a man I know pretty well. $4.20. It must be his birthday date. So if anybody in Australia listening knows anything about this story, please give us the update if anything else further happened. Well, that's the news. The best news that you probably heard all week. Alright, well, let's see. Let me consult my notes here. What should we talk about? So there's lots of things in this show that I want to talk about. The subtitle of this show, this evening's Mysteries, is Mysteries to Me. Things that I'm confused about and that I would like to know the answer to. And number one, pressing in my mind, and you may think you know the answer to, and then you realize suddenly that you don't. But what happens when you shoot a bullet straight up into the sky? Where does it go? I want to know where it goes, and I want to know how fast it's falling, and I want to know if it's lethal when it comes back down, and is it illegal to shoot a bullet straight up into the sky? Because people must do it all the time. And like, how often do people die from a bullet being shot up in the air and then coming down? Like, the wind probably takes the bullet farther away from where it went up. Oh, $6 and something cents from Mike. Thank you very much. Keeps the megahertz flowing in the studio. What do you guys think about the studio space, by the way? Brand new to me. I snuck up to the top of Mount Wilson, and as you may know, there are many radio antennas at the top of the mountain, and so I have tethered in a wire of my own, and now I'm broadcasting to you via Mount Wilson Observatory whatever radio station. That's why it looks like I'm in the corner of a closet, because I'm hiding out in the back room of the radio studio. Does anybody know what happens to a bullet when it goes straight up in the air? How far does it go? Does it break apart because of the atmosphere? Well, we got someone named Dad says he knows. Kyrie, $80. My God, what's wrong with you? Well, that's pretty generous of you. The most generous listener of the evening, in fact. Actually, I'd like to redact that statement. You're the second most generous donator, because I woke up this morning to what I thought was a spam email, and it was from Pete the Norwegian, who donated $200 to the radio station. So we really want to send an enormous thank you to Pete the Norwegian, as well as another donation that came in from Pete the Norwegian after the stream we had done in Brighton, which I didn't see till the next morning. So thank you for all of those insane donations, Pete the Norwegian. Thank you. How did you say her name? Kyrie? Thank you, Kyrie. Extremely generous. I can't fathom the generosity, even though I'm high up in the mountains. Maybe it's the thin air. And a new subscriber. Desire. Do you desire to know the answers to the mysteries like me? I had another part of my thank you list here. There was some other donors by initials AS. I won't say your full name. You donated on the stream the other night, and I didn't get a chance to thank you, so appreciate that. And initials PC. I know that name, but I can't remember which username you are. So PC initials, perhaps of the feminine origin. You made a donation. Thank you very much. Haven't gotten a chance to send you a thank you. And initials MT. You too gave 2 donations on the birthday stream, and then perhaps another random day. And then initials LRC. You probably know who you are. You also gave a donation, which I'd like to thank you very much for. I don't like to leave people hanging there. All right. Studio's forcing me to continue with the information. I always wanted my own late night radio show. I got my wish. Look at this. I got a telephone. I got high-tech radios. I got compact disc technology. I got cassette technology. This roll clock is functional. You better believe it. Even though it's not plugged in. I'll plug it in. Don't tell the studio that I'm using extra power. You can't see it anyway because it's too bright in here. We got a beautiful set of vinyl and cassette record player. They've decorated with one of my favorite films in the front of the desk. And that's about it for now. Alright. Let's get back to the show. Alright, everybody. What do we got? Here's another mystery I'd like solved. Has the chat given an answer to the bullet question? What? Cosmic Kid, you like the set. Sorry, this is a primitive studio. My producer is not in his isolated sound booth as he should be, but the show will improve as the episodes go on. So if anybody doesn't know the answer to the bullet question, then you're kind of a useless audience. But I'll move on to my next question. Oh, the dad says that it goes up and it doesn't come back because it doesn't like Earth. I don't believe that answer. I want some real facts. I want a real answer to this question. This is mysteries. I want to solve them. All right. So my other mystery that I deal with in my life, if any of you wear flip-flops or sandals, but just the thong kind, not the kind that have a heel strap. When I wear those sandals, they always fall off my feet unless... Hold on, I've been interrupted. Here we go. It falls at terminal velocity, which is what? 184 miles an hour? Oh, we got $10.01 donation. It's an anagram, right? It falls at terminal velocity, which is fast, Mike, because That's 184 miles per hour, isn't it? Or faster than that? So that could definitely kill somebody if it came back down and hit them. Which is probably low since of its mass. It probably doesn't fall too fast since it's so small. For context, a human falling at terminal velocity falls 180 miles an hour. That's pretty close. I thought it was 184. Oh, sorry, the producer's interrupting me again. Since I have some important messages. Let's put this one out of the way. I'm not much of a technology man. I don't know how to use this. Hold on, everybody. What am I using this for the chat? Is this what I'm doing? Not a fan. Gotta stay focused on my show. Becomes lost in space. No, that's not true. So you're using a physics degree. Mike says it probably falls at 50 miles an hour. You think so? I guess that wouldn't be lethal then. Would that kill you? Would 50 miles an hour kill you? Or I guess it would injure you. If it hit you in the hand, it would maybe break your finger or something. Let's see. Yeah, so it falls much slower. Producer, can we mute this so that it doesn't make, or does that matter to the system? Well, that's good actually, Mike Lombardo. I appreciate that. So now I kind of have a little bit of an understanding about it. In the future, we're going to have guests via the telephone, but tonight will just be open lines. It would still kill at that speed, Sauce Bucket says. Wonder if that's true. Where would it have to hit? It probably wouldn't kill you, but it would hurt like hell and leave you pretty big bump, gash in your dome. You got that right. The nature of the show is mysteries to me. I'm trying to discover the answers to things that mystify me and that I don't understand. And also, anything else that I feel like talking about. Paranormal, psychological, emotional, cinematic, anything. Just things that are mysteries unsolved. Alright. It's too small light falling faster. That's interesting. I didn't realize it wouldn't fall that fast. I thought it would fall terminal velocity. I guess its terminal velocity is different than a human body's terminal velocity, though. Well, the other mystery is why do my sandals always fall off my feet when I walk? I have to scrunch my toes every time I step, and I don't understand how people are wearing sandals if they have to squeeze their toes every time they step. And it becomes exhausting when I walk because I have to crunch my toe on every single step. I'd like to know if you listeners out there experience the same thing. I can't understand how I could be the only one doing this. And if I'm the only one doing it, that is a mystery. I can't understand how that's possible. And secondly, if I'm not the only one doing it, why are you all still wearing sandals if you have to do that too? Because it's awful. Let's see what the chat says. All right. So does this happen to anybody else? Perhaps I'll open up the lines to answer this question. You can only call if you have a answer specifically to wearing sandals and squishing your toes. Do not call. I will hang up on you if you do not have something relevant to say about the sandals on your feet. Yeah. 2. Type 2. There we go. There's a late line. 626-790-8289. Feel free to try giving it a call. It may not work, but it should. And if you call in with relevant pieces of information or advice, then we'll put you on the air and we can figure out the mystery of why people are wearing sandals that don't stay on their feet. I don't understand why, but you know, you say to buy something that fit. I went out and bought a pair. They did that thing. They wouldn't stay on my feet. Then I went out and bought another pair a couple of years later. I thought, oh, they're loose, they're saggy. All right, we got a call coming in from Florida. Oh, hello. Hold and accept. Are you there? Caller. Caller?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
This is confusing.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hold on, guys. Having
Okay.
a technical
I've
difficulty.
sent the caller's voicemail. Goodbye.
There is no option. All right, call back. It did? No, I don't think so. Hold on. Caller.
To accept, press 1. To
Oh,
send
I
a
see,
voicemail,
I see.
Press 2.
Are you there, caller?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Where are you calling from? Florida?
Yeah.
Hold on. Now, I had to decline this other call. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you own a pair of sandals?
I do.
Are they?
Yeah,
Flip-
I've worn flip-flops probably for about the best 10 years, almost exclusively.
Are they the thong kind, or are they just like have the
Yeah.
the back? So they don't have the back. They don't have the straps. It's just over your toes.
Yeah, but they're the thong kind. I recently, like last Saturday, just switched to sandals with heel strap.
Okay, so all the ones before that, did you have the same problem that I had? You just squeeze your toes?
Yeah, I pretty much realized, I guess fairly quickly, that it just kind of became second nature. Like
Oh my
it
God.
kind of struck my teeth, but yeah, I did it so much that I just never even realized it anymore.
So this is a thing. This is happening to other people. I thought it was just me.
No, it's definitely a thing, yeah.
So every time you step, you have to kind of squeeze your toes. Because I've tried to force myself to step with relaxed feet, and it's so hard because the sandal starts to fall off my foot, and by nature, my brain just wants me to hang on to the sandal. And I watch other people as I'm walking around. I look at them in their sandals, and sometimes it doesn't look like they're scrunching their toes, but you're telling me you do.
I do, but it's definitely like it's more of a subtle thing. Like, it's not like completely curling my toes. It's just kind of just enough to hold on.
It drives me nuts. I hate it.
Or maybe using my big toe to grab onto the thong part too. And that's another thing I did every now and then.
Oh, just kind of like pinching it.
Yeah.
So do you just tolerated this for all those years?
Yeah.
Don't you find that that's a flaw in the design? Why are they making these things? Why are so many people wearing these if they're absolutely flawed?
My reasoning is that it was just always hot in Florida, and they were always comfortable to wear. I liked them a lot more than closed-toed shoes or sandals.
Yeah, I love the theory of the sandal. I love that it keeps your feet open and lets them breathe, and I hear that it's like supposed to be a lot healthier for your toenails and everything. But I can't get past the idea that they don't stay on my feet, and I'm like, what is going on? So I was thinking of buying a pair that were like the wraparound heel kind, but that like kind of delves into an even deeper, love of sandals, and you're kind of like going into another realm almost when you start to wear like the heel sandals. So I've been a little bit like self-conscious about moving into that sector.
Yeah, it's what I just bought are called Lunas. They're actually running shoes, but they're open-toed. They're zero drops. They're like barefoot shoes.
Oh yeah,
and, yeah. They look like thongs, except they have just a strap around it, and it's a completely flat foot, so it almost feels like you're barefoot all the time too.
Oh, okay. That sounds comfortable. Yeah.
It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get it,
Does it hurt when you step on a rock or something?
No, because they're made for overrunning, so made for like running in the woods. So they have really thick.
So that rubber is pretty strong at the bottom.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you know what? I gotta tell you, man, I really appreciate your call because all these years I've been wondering how the heck is this happening, and I must be the only one. It's like no one else could be dealing with this, but it turns out I'm not the only one. I don't feel so lonely anymore.
Yeah, it's actually a really common thing.
That's crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me. It blows my mind. Well,
thank you for letting me be
all
on the
right.
screen.
Yeah, thank you very much, caller. I'll talk. You're in Florida, right?
Yep.
And what's your name?
It's Porky of the Pine.
Porky of the Pine. Great talking to you, Porky.
Good talking to you.
Thanks for calling. I am fascinated. I can't believe the piece of information I just heard. How is it that people are wearing sandals like that? It drives me insane. If you, who are just someone else was trying to call in, if you want to call, call back. I'll be able to get to your call this time. If you have something to say about sandals, but I'd be interested to know if maybe Porky of the Pine and I are the only two, perhaps, in the universe that are experiencing this insane inconvenience. Well, the lines are still open. Sandals only, please. And wow, I'm just kind of having my mind blown right now. I can't believe that somebody else. I just thought it was me. And I was talking to my girlfriend about it all the time. Like, I don't understand how people wear sandals. All right, we got another call coming in from New Jersey. Hold on. Caller?
Hi.
Hi. Are you calling about sandals?
I am.
Hold on, I gotta ignore the other call. This is a pirate radio studio, top Mount Wilson, so you have to bear with us. All right. Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm calling from New Jersey.
New Jersey
Just
and...
like Mike Lombardo.
What's that?
Just like Mike Lombardo. I'm Mike Lombardo.
Oh, like Michael Lombardo. Oh. What's your name? You don't have to tell us. You can just tell us woman of the evening if you want. Since this is a late night show.
I like woman of the evening. It's very mysterious, very friendly.
I'm a gentleman of the evening myself. That's why I'm on the radio so late at night.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
I said I'm a gentleman of the evening, so that's why I'm on the radio so late at night.
Well, a hearty good evening to you, fellow denizen of the night.
So you wear sandals?
Yeah, I do. I wear them a lot.
Do you wear the kind without the heel, or just like the thong slip-on, whatever you call them?
Yeah, I wear the thong kind, the cheap dollar from Old Navy kind, nicer kinds. I've been wearing like a 2-3 inch platform sandal most of the summer.
Okay. Well, the big question is, do you suffer from the same inconvenience that I do?
I do sometimes.
I can't understand this. Another person. This isn't blowing my mind right now. Is it true that there's an epidemic of people, and the whole population of the billions of people in the world, they're all suffering from this inconvenience?
Well, I think it's a minor inconvenience, for the added convenience of having, having your feet out, having a little,
well, how do you deal with it?
A little more summertime flair going.
So do you feel that? Do you feel like you're scrunching your toes when you take a step?
Sometimes. It depends on what you're walking on. If you're walking on gravel, they're definitely going to kind of slide around underneath your feet. But walking on the boardwalk down the shore, that's definitely a lot easier. But once you get on the sand, then you get all that grit and everything, and that can be a pain.
Well, that's the thing. So when I step, even on flat ground, when I'm walking down the sidewalk, if I relax my toes, they fall off my feet. They start to go forward, because I have to hold them. I can't quite. I don't know if it's the forward step or when I'm bringing my foot back, but I have to. Yeah, I step and I squeeze my toe and I pick up my foot to hold the sandal from sliding off.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone has that, but it might be your gait, just the way you walk normally. You might just kind of push forward and kind of sliding them off your feet.
I guess. And
But I know.
go ahead.
Oh, I noticed that I'll walk and I'll stop and I'll kind of like tap my toe on the ground and kind of push them back on my foot.
And kind of knock them
That's
back out.
kind of like my move. Yeah.
I mean, would you wear a pair of shoes that you had to knock them back on your foot every few feet, or would you return those shoes?
Well, it depends on how much I like them, how much wear I get out of them. The ones from Old Navy that they have for like $1 one day in the summer. You kind of put up with it because of the price. But the problem with those are they're so
if it's a
flat,
buck,
they're not great for your feet.
I mean, if it's $1, sure, I get it. They're kind of crappy or whatever. But like, I feel like the attachment factor for a sandal should be equal to the attachment factor of a sneaker with laces. Because I'm just thinking to myself, how are people walking around and how are they not going insane? Because people wear sandals all the time. I see people in them all the time. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I bought a new pair.
California, I guess that's your own thing.
Yeah, well, maybe the gravitational forces are skewed up in Mount Wilson. But I bought a new pair thinking the other ones have slacked out. They've loosened up and they're not snug anymore. And I couldn't remember if I had been doing it from the beginning. I bought that brand new pair. And I tell you, the first day, I think they were staying on without really squeezing my toes. So I was like, I can't believe it. And I was devastated the next day when they were already loose. I couldn't believe it.
Devastated over shoes.
Yeah, because I was just so tired of squeezing my toes, and I just wanted a pair of sandals that would stay on my feet, like all the cool people I see walking around with sandals, and they all seem to be enjoying their experience. And then here I am, like, suffering with every step I take.
That's gotta feel kind of isolating. Everyone's enjoying their lives in flip flops, and you're just kind of dealing with it. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, you know what? I tell you what. I'm glad to hear another caller has the same experience as me. And yours seems to be like kind of 50-50. You seem to be in the elite crowd. You kind of delve into the lower ranks with me once in a while. But even still, it's not a.
Maybe I just have a little higher tolerance.
Yeah, you must be buying better sandals. Maybe it's the shape of my feet. Who knows? Maybe I'm just not anatomically correct for sandals. Well.
Can I give you a recommendation for an alternate sandal?
Yes, please.
I just bought in like late June a pair of Chacos.
Oh yeah.
They're like
Oh, you there?
They're really nice.
Yeah. I've
got,
heard of those.
Straps that kind of like connect underneath your foot. They go through the sole of the shoe, so you can kind of adjust them exactly to your foot. And they're really great for like people who really walk. Like I've been doing a lot of hiking in Island Beach State Park.
Yeah. Are they comfortable?
So
like
there's
a support? Like they're comfortable like a shoe?
They're supportive. They're not flat like a standard cheapo flip flop is.
Yeah.
And they got warranties. If something happens, if they come apart or something frayed, then they'll send them back.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are nice. I've seen those in when I lived in Colorado. Some of my friends used to use those, but yeah. So and also the Birkenstock makes some cool ones too. They make some ones without leather in them now and stuff too.
Yeah, but I think the standard ones are vegan, like no animal products.
I may have to step up beyond the thong to the fully gated sandal.
Right. Well, you gotta do for you,
Yeah.
That's for Sheffid.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, you know what? I appreciate your call. Thanks for calling all the way from New Jersey to Mount Wilson.
Oh, no problem. I really enjoyed talking to you. You're a great guy. I'm sorry about your car. I hope...
oh, you heard, yeah.
Things turn around for you a little bit. My love to Helen.
I'll tell her.
And your other brother and everybody. Love them all.
Thank you very much. We love you, too. I'll send it all forward.
And say to Dad, if you see him, when you see him on the ghost boat, so that say...
Sometimes I cross him on the internet, but I'll let him know if I cross him there.
I come across him too on the internet.
You and
my
me.
internet buddy.
We're in the same boat. We're in the same situation. All right. Thanks, thanks, Woman of the Evening from New Jersey. Oh, I got another call. All right. Bye.
All right. See ya. Bye. Call from.
Who we got? A caller on the line.
Hey, this is Sheffid.
Oh, Cheffid Doppelganger?
You wanted to talk about sandals?
Yep. Do you wear a pair of sandals?
So talking about sandals, or did I miss it?
No, I do. I want calls about sandals. Do you wear thong sandals?
Yeah, I hate them.
So
I
you
know
were.
why they call them flip flops, because they flip flop everywhere. They go like crooked, and then they fall off, and you kick them, and they go in the street or something. And yeah, no, I don't like them.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I get the Tevas. They used to be Tevas. Now they're just whatever ankle strap type sandals with the one that goes across the top of your
Oh yeah.
foot as well, though.
Yeah, I think I mean, there's many variations and iterations of the sandal, but I kind of know.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're even lower in the ranks than me as far as sandals, because mine aren't falling off that bad out into the street, but it makes me feel a little bit better knowing that I'm not the worst off.
Well, no, like I have to do what you're talking about, but that makes it uncomfortable for me. The other guys just get used to it, and it becomes second nature. It never did for me. It just was annoying.
Yeah,
always.
it's insane. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't understand.
Like, why would you wear something that's annoying on your foot? You're supposed to be comfortable.
Exactly.
And happy with your footwear.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah,
understand how many
I just
people.
don't wear them anymore.
I don't understand how people are just dealing with this situation. It's kind of insane. There's so. I mean, I'd say half the population wears sandals.
I know a bunch of people that wear them like the one guy said, like every day. That's all they wear. They never wear socks or like sneakers or anything. They just flip flops. That's it.
Yeah, I wish I could do that, but it's just too much to deal with every day when you have to squeeze. I wear them to the beach. It's super nice to wear them to the beach because when you have the sand and stuff in your
I
feet.
wouldn't want to do that when it gets cold. I mean, I'm in Northern California. You're in Southern California.
Yeah.
I guess it's like warmer down there, but up here, like it gets like 30 degrees
Yeah.
or so in the winter. I know there's people in the like Midwest or whatever going like that's not.
Are you at a high altitude?
No, I'm in the valley. I'm in the Central Valley.
Oh, okay. Well, where I'm broadcasting from, it's about 7,500 feet, so it gets a little cold up here.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? And then I don't want to wear.
Oh, you're breaking up.
I wouldn't want to wear like no socks and open-toed shoes like that. It wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, especially not in the winter. All right, caller, we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
All right.
We appreciate it.
And then Sleep the Geek out.
Ah,
Bye.
Sleep the Geek. Thank you very much from Northern California. Ooh, is he there? Sleep the Geek is a major donator of the radio show, and I'd like to send out a clear and clean thank you for Sleep the Geek donating all the way down from Northern California to the jewel of the San Gabriel Range, Mount Wilson. Well, I feel a lot better today because now I don't feel alone. I just was convinced that I was the only one. I can't understand how anybody. Oh no, we got a call. This call. I know we might not be able to accept this call. All right, you get 30 seconds, caller. Caller, you're on the air.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Oh,
press
hold on,
2.
caller.
To accept, press 1. Okay. I've sent the caller voicemail. Goodbye.
You there? Oh, weird. The Google thing is taking over my phone. Caller, try calling back on the late line. Make sure you dial that number correctly. The last caller. There was another call coming in about sandals. If you feel compelled, please do. And you have to take a 60-second break because I need to use the bathroom. Just let's cut to the cover art and then give these people a little bit of theme music to listen to. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. 30-second break. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright. Coming back. I gotta turn the decibels back up. Crap. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Coming back. Greetings from the peak of Mount Wilson Observatory, radio station WCHF. Alright, welcome back to Mysteries to Me, this evening's mysteries. Are we reading everyone loud and clear? Everyone there? Everyone picking up the frequencies? I'll tell you what, I appreciate all the calls. Sure makes the show a lot more interesting. Oh, we got the call coming in again. Caller, you're on the air.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Never mind.
2.
Caller, you're on.
Hello?
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
How's it going?
Francesca.
Ah, Verseska, calling from
Canada, Toronto.
the great state of Canada. Well, welcome to the show.
One good state. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on the airwaves. Tell you what, thank you for all your streaming.
Huh?
I said thank you for all your streaming.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Well, are you calling about sandals?
Yep. I can talk to you about sandals.
Do you wear thongs?
No. I've given that up a long time ago.
Because-
I have your problem.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. My mind is being blown this evening because I thought I was the only one. So I'd like to hear how your experience was with wearing those sandals.
I don't know. I wore them a lot when I was younger, but I've always had that problem. So they're more of a cleaning shoe for me. Like when I'm cleaning around the house, I'll wear those.
Wow. So you just don't wear them out anymore because you just gave up on them.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a tragedy.
One of us of those. It is. Like, I was like you. I didn't understand looking around at people how
Yeah.
they were managing.
Did you look down at people's feet and
But
try to see if they were squeezing their toes?
I looked, and it looked like they were perfectly comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I see. And it's like, is it just too hard to see? Is it too fast of a motion to see if people are squeezing their toes? Man, I don't understand why some people are wearing them if they have to deal with it. And it drives me nuts. It really is. It's
I
exhausting.
have a theory.
What? I'd love to hear it.
Well, people can have higher arches in their feet, and
Mm.
I know I'm particularly flat-footed, so I think that might be a contributing reason.
I kind of have not high arches, but I guess standard arches. I wonder if having
Yeah, I don't
flat
know.
feet doesn't enable your foot to stand up in the sandal against the strap. You
Yeah, I guess my theory is that there was one foot that the thong strap was modeled after.
know? Yeah.
And not everyone has that kind of foot.
Yeah, exactly. And then they produce them by the millions to disappoint us all.
Yeah.
You know, that blows my mind because I see so many people wearing them, and I just think there can't be a way that I'm doing something wrong. I thought I was wearing them wrong or the wrong size or something. This is 4 for 4. Everybody's calling me and saying that these things don't stay on your feet. So now the mystery is, why are people still buying them?
Yeah, I guess it's because everyone looks at everyone else and they look comfy.
It's insane.
Like,
I was dealing
it's just an effect.
with a case of athlete's foot a few years ago, and I thought I'll start wearing sandals and that'll clear it up. And the athlete's foot is gone, but I can't continue to wear the sandals, and I'm worried that eventually it'll come back or something because they say it's so nasty, it takes forever to go away. And then I think, oh God, every time I wear a pair of shoes, my feet get swayed. It's like asking for trouble. And so I may have to switch over to the sandals with like the heel strap. I mean, that's the cure. It just frustrates me that there can't be an acceptable thong sandal that just works. Like, it's frustrating that you just don't have that option.
Because I get like airing out your feet is good for your health, but
yeah,
I can't stand not being comfortable. That's the point of clothes for me.
Exactly. I know, this shouldn't be like an inconvenience. Like I said, I wouldn't buy a pair of sneakers that I had to hold on my feet every time I stepped. It's just not fair.
Yeah,
it's not fair that they're producing these products and they're unwearable. Well,
yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm glad that you called because I'm loving to hear all these people that are having the same experience as me.
I'm glad I got through. It was great talking to you.
It was great talking to you. It's an honor. Thank you very much.
It's an honor to talk to you. Thank you.
Well, tune in next week when we have our next episode.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely will be there.
All right. Thank you, Verseska.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. This is a great day. This is great, finding that everybody else is dealing with the same problem as me. Well, we may have to move on from this mystery. I'm just revisiting my notes. What else we got here? I have another mystery. Oh. What do I got here? Is this room? I thought. Outer space? Hello, caller.
I'm sorry. Why didn't you catch that? To accept, press.
Caller?
Hey.
Who is this?
Who you thinking of? Me.
Tom.
Yeah, I think that I may have a solution to your problem.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear this unsolution.
Wear shoes. Normal person. Why do you have to wear sandals? Why people are there to wear sandals? This is a part of the conspiracy, man. People are wearing these sandals to force everybody to look at their gross feet. Nobody wants to look at their feet.
Because it's good for your health.
The only acceptable time that one should wear a pair of sandals is in the locker room at the gym when you're showering after you've lifted the heaviest weights possible to get jacked.
The heaviest weights you possibly could lift, you mean?
No, I lifted all of the weights. I'm maximum testosterone right now, maxed out. Or you could try wearing the hollowed out skulls of your enemy.
On your feet. Well, I'm willing to bet those aren't going to stay on better than the sandals.
Yeah. You know what you should talk about this week? Something that I've been really delving into: Mormonism.
Not interested. That's not a mystery to me.
Interesting. Did you know that I wasn't aware of this? That the show Battlestar Galactica actually based on Mormonism. I wasn't aware of this.
I was not aware of that either. But I also have not seen that show.
You are missing out on that.
I'm still trying to finish. I'm still trying to finish Star Trek.
Perhaps we got to watch Star Trek too. Perhaps when I am there, in a very brief period of time, we can watch Battlestar Galactica. It's a great show.
Well, if you have a subscription.
Yeah.
I just sniffed a lentil at my sinus.
What are you eating?
Lentils.
Lentils? Lentils are... I tried getting into lentils pretty recently.
I think I sniffed one up my sinus.
They really upset my stomach. So,
These are red lentils.
What else do you thought? I thought...
Because you're a feeble example of a man.
I am not a feeble... No, I have maximum firepower. All the artillery.
George just subscribed.
Based his philosophies on people like me. Real American heroes.
You're a real American moron. All right, you're clogging up the phone lines. I gotta take another call. All right.
Are you gonna talk about creepy stuff or just Sandal?
Nah, this is mysteries. All right. I got a call. I got a call coming from outer space. I'm gonna answer it.
All right. Bye.
Call from
Dad. Oh, Dad. Hello?
Hi.
Who is this?
This is Dad.
Dad. Oh, you're the dad that they were talking about.
Yes, I'm Dad, the number one YouTuber inside the universes.
You sound like a robot, a telemarketer.
No, I'm a real normal type human, just like you.
Why are you taking over my phone lines? Calling from deep space.
Dad? Well, Dad is a dad, and dads have great advice. But Dad wanted to give you some great advice.
Okay, we're ready.
If you're having trouble with your sandals, there's two solutions for you. One is a simple fix. All you should do is take duct tape and tape it to the bottom of your foot. Then it protects it on your foot, and there's nothing to do with beyond that. Just walk and feel earth below your feet.
Tape the sandal to my foot.
No sandal. Just a piece of duct tape
Uh,
stuck to the bottom of your foot to protect from sand and all the enemies.
That's a minimal shoe.
Yes. And then you can peel it off and use it again later. And it removes the dead skin and peel it off so it exfoliates.
This is beyond my understanding.
And you can purchase this duct tape at true value.
True value. Well,
Or, if you do not like using duct tape, because maybe you're allergic to the glue, or you're just afraid of common sense, then you can take a can of food and take your foot and slide it inside the food. And your foot has a nice vacation. It's like going to Disneyland for your toes.
put your foot
Your
in
foot
food?
will actually absorb. Yes. And the gel-like substance of normal, edible human food.
Well, my food isn't made out of gel.
Really?
No, I'm eating lentils right now. Grains from the earth.
Oh, yeah. Dad eats that too.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, I hope
I
this...
love your show.
Oh, you do? Well, we appreciate you supporting the channel and the radio program from atop Mount Wilson.
Dad's looking down at Mount Wilson right now.
Really? I guess you're from outer
Yeah.
space. That makes sense.
No, that's just in his living room.
Why?
That's to go now.
Well, it said outer space on the call, so I'm not sure where this guy's calling
Dad
from.
has somewhere to be.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
See you soon.
See you soon. Okay. I don't think we'll be seeing that person anytime soon. This is a undiscovered radio station top Mount Wilson. So, don't think anybody's going to be able to infiltrate this studio. All right, guys. Moving on. I have a question that's a mystery to me. Do you know if there's ever been anybody who stayed in the sun for 24 hours continuously? This is another thing I think about, and I wonder if people are, doing. Is it possible? Can you stay in the sun for 24 hours? You'd have to move at the rate of the sun, or at least you'd have to start. You have to start early in the morning, and then go. Yeah, you have to start early in the morning, and then continue and keep up and try to get ahead of the sun, and eventually it would go like overhead. But if you're in an airplane, I think you're gonna go too fast. Because does anybody know the rate of the sun traveling across the Earth? How fast in miles per hour does it go over? I guess it's no, because the Earth is rotating really fast, but that doesn't. You have to do some kind of math to figure this out. I'm wondering if anybody has ever stayed in the sun for 24 hours, stayed with the sun for a full day. 24 hours time. I guess the day is part of a night. Night is part of the day. Has anybody stayed in the sun for... Oh, Mike Lombardo says 3,000 miles per hour. 3,000 miles per hour. That's faster than any plane that I know of. We got a call coming in. If it's about the sun, we'll answer it. Caller, you're on the line.
Yeah, so 24 hours a day in the sun. It can happen at either of the poles because, like in the North Pole in the summer, you know, the sun doesn't actually go down for like 6 months.
Well,
So yeah, you could be in the sun for 24 hours, but you couldn't like not. Yeah, you'd have to really bundle up. Not sure how well that would work.
well, I mean, that's interesting to be able to do it up there, but what I'm really curious about is, can you stay in the sun on the equator for 24 hours a day?
Yeah, I mean you'd have to move pretty quick. So
Yeah, I mean,
probably not.
someone says 3,000 miles an hour, and I don't know if we have any planes that go that fast. I'm not sure if
Yeah, on the equator, I think it would be a tougher sell. But at either of the poles, you could do it. Just,
Yeah. I guess, yeah, because the sun doesn't set in the winter, is it? Or the summer?
well, I mean, it depends. I mean, each hemisphere calls summer.
Yeah, that's true.
Summer for them, but yeah. So basically, summer for either pole, but it's at different times of the year.
Where are you calling from?
Oh yeah, Denver.
Denver. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were calling from the North Pole.
No, I've never been up that far.
I'd like to go to Antarctica myself one of these days.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty big continent. Very
Yeah.
cold.
Well, you've helped us move in the right direction anyway. We know we can do it in the North Pole. I wonder if there's a vehicle capable of staying in stride with the sun. I'm choking on my lentils. All right. Well,
Yeah, you can do it at other latitudes for sure, but yeah. I
yeah.
don't know, the equator.
I guess the farther north or south you go, the slower the sun is going away.
I mean, it's 15 degrees per hour anywhere. It's just that 15 degrees around, like, the North Pole is like nothing. And then 15 degrees around the equator is really fast because, you know, the Earth is
Okay.
a big sphere.
All right. Well, let's find out if there's anybody that has ever stayed in the sun around the equator for 24 hours. We'd love to hear from you. All right, caller from Denver. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
See you later. All right. Let me check the chat here for a second because we got any information that's useful about staying in the sun for 24 hours on the equator. 3,000 miles. Oh, it's 1,000. Mike says it's 1,000 miles an hour. Okay, well then that's achievable. Planes go. Jets can surely go 1,000 miles an hour, if not faster. Not the commercial airliners, but like a Air Force fighter jet. So then you would basically have to get in a vehicle and travel for. But then, do you have the fuel? That's the other question. Let's see. Got a caller coming in. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. Who's calling?
It's me again.
Ah.
Paige.
Where are you calling from? I missed it.
Toronto, Canada.
Oh, Canada. That's right. That's right. You got an answer to this question?
I have some interesting information to add. I don't know if you could travel fast enough to remain in the sun for 24 hours, but with phenomena like midnight sun, a place in Canada called Inuvik was in sunlight for 56 consecutive days, 24/7.
What?
Yeah.
Why? How? Is there a certain time, like every 100 years or something?
It's a phenomenon known as the midnight sun, where the sun remains visible at midnight or like later local time.
I've heard of that. I've heard of the midnight sun. I don't know much about it.
I'm looking at it now. I can't understand why it's staying that way, but they are like close to a pole. They're
Yeah, that's pretty northern then, right?
Yeah, they're in the Arctic Circle. And I guess I don't know how often they experience the midnight sun, but they do experience it from time to time.
It kind of reminds me of that phenomenon, the green ray. You know what that is?
No, I'm not familiar.
Well, it's not really anything to do with it other than the sun, but sometimes when the sun sets over the ocean, there's like a flash of a green light that comes out, and it only happens certain times in the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing something like that, but I've never had a name for it.
There's actually a movie called The Green Ray by one of my favorite directors, Eric Rohmer.
Ooh.
So maybe you want to check it
Put it
out.
on my list.
Yeah, you should check it out. All right. Well, we just learned something new. That's always good. We like to learn things on this radio show. All right, Canadian associate. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
I'll let someone else hear. Bye.
Thanks, caller. Bye. I call you caller, but that's just radio. That's just radio etiquette. All right, guys. Hold off on the sun for a minute. We're going to wait, and we're going to move on to the next segment of the show, which is the album of the week. And the album of the week this week. Talking Heads. This is the True Stories album. You can leave it there, producer. True Stories by Talking Heads. One of my favorite albums, and from 1986. And it is the songs from the movie of the same title, True Stories. And did you know that David Byrne originally wanted all of the songs to be the ones from the movie with the actors performing them, but the label wouldn't let him do that, so he had to release it with his vocals on all the songs. And I don't think even to this day he has ever released the album with the version that he wanted to. Check it out. True Stories by Talking Heads. Great album. That's the album of the week. Let's get our camera resituated here. If anybody likes Talking Heads, let us know in the chat. Anybody have a favorite track from True Stories album? I got it on vinyl and MP3. Could you see me in New Jersey? What do you got here? It's slower. It's not the angle, it's the angle of the earth. That's why it doesn't get dark. Let me see here. What's Mike Lombardo saying about the sun? It's not slower, it's the angle of the earth. That's why it doesn't get darker. Well, yeah. That's true. It's not going slower, it's just the angle. I get you. Yeah, that's what I said, Mike. What about the fuel? Because if you're in a plane and you're traveling at, say, 1,000 miles an hour, you match the rate of the sun, there's no way that the vehicle is going to last 24 hours. I guess you'd have to do that thing where the air fuel, what do they call that, when the other jet comes over and they fill you up mid-air? Don't they do that to like the president's plane and stuff like that? So yeah, no plane can fly that fast for that long. Like if we bring in the refueling situation, then no caller ID.
Sleep the geek.
Hello, Sleep.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Sleep the Geek?
Hey.
You calling it? What are you calling about?
Well, are we still talking about Talking Heads, or are we back on the sun now?
No, we're on Talking Heads, the album of the week.
Yeah. My favorite track is probably Nothing But Flowers. I
okay.
really like anything off of Stop Making Sense, the movie, I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one too. You know, I love Puzzling Evidence off of True Stories.
Yeah, that's a good song.
That's probably my favorite track.
I like a lot of songs by them. Obviously Psycho's Killer, Burning Down the House.
Yeah.
Like starter songs to get you down the road of liking Talking Heads.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean,
I feel like those are.
need a list, I think.
I feel like the burning down the house and Psycho Killer. Those are a little bit overplayed for me, so I don't usually go to them very often. But I love that speaking in tongues.
Maybe they're mainly because they're so like you said, I heard them so much when they were, I guess, popular when I was a youngster.
Yeah.
That it's like, no, I want to hear like Nothing But Flowers, or I want to hear like.
That's a good one
I
too.
can't think of it now.
I remember that one is. I always remember from Nothing But Flowers. He's talking about chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, This Must Be the Place. That's the other one I like.
Oh, that one.
Praise Melody.
Yeah, that one's good too. They're all. I mean, well, most of them are good, but I particularly like the Swamp and Pulling Up the Roots on Speaking in Tongues, and also I love that that song Swamp is used in Risky Business, which is another favorite movie of mine.
Yeah, I just like how he wanted to make all of his lyrics sound like I forget what album it was on, if it was that one or if it was all of his albums, but he wanted to sound like a TV minister.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, it was, what was it? Letting the days go by.
Oh, that one. Yeah, water flowing and everything.
Yeah. Same as it ever was.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
So he wanted to sound like a minister. Anyway, good talk. I just,
Thanks for calling.
like one of my favorite bands, I wanted to call in.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, then you appreciate the album of the week.
And I don't think you can. On the equator, bro. I don't think there's anything that goes fast enough.
You don't
that we
think
know
so?
of, at least.
Yeah, not that we know of.
Maybe if you were in a satellite out in space, if you could somehow get on a space shuttle to a satellite because it's in a geosynchronous orbit, maybe then you could spend 24 hours straight.
Yeah, but I want
like that.
I want a terrestrial exposure. I want to be in the.
I get you. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think on Earth it's possible. Like, maybe a satellite. Like, that's the closest thing I can think of that might give you that kind of exposure.
Well, maybe we can get a scientist on the line, an astronomer next week, and he can.
Get Mike Lombardo in here. He knows everything. He's making an anti-gravity drive or something.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know anything. But,
he was giving some information.
Talk to you later, bro.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for calling. All right. What do we got? Well, it's a mystery still unknown. Unfortunately, we haven't answered it. Maybe we can get a guest in one of these weeks to answer these mysteries unknown still. They're mysteries to me still. Well, at least we're solving the Sandals one and the other one about the bullet. I'm just consulting my notes here. Oh. Hold on. We're not taking calls right now, everybody. The lines are closed. We're having to move on to the next segment of the show. Get a drink. This segment of the show is Dreams I Had Last Night. Last night I had a dream. This is a very strange dream that I was George Bush, the first George Bush, not the, I don't know what he is, senior or whatever. I'm not really a George Bush fan necessarily, but I had a dream that I was George Bush and I had a job of bringing $1 million to some location. It was in a briefcase, and I was walking out like either on the runway or some kind of airport area, and I tripped and fell, and I broke open the briefcase, and $100,000 of the million fell out. But as George Bush, I was aware that I was kind of like a bumbling idiot, and I was like, oh no, I screwed up. Oh, I hope they're not going to be mad at me. But I was the president, and then I closed up the briefcase, and I just kind of ran away, and because I didn't want to get caught for having dropped the money. And then all of a sudden I was on this train that was going through all these tunnels, and the ceiling was really low, and I had to keep ducking down because it was like a freight train. It was like a mining train. They were like carrying coal or something. And then I was like almost getting hurt, and then I had to jump off the train at like a little sort of subway station kind of situation, because it's underground. And I jumped off because it was like really dangerous what I was doing. And when I realized about a minute later, I realized I had forgotten the briefcase on the train car with the rest of the money. And I was in some weird kind of like plant laboratory. Like this scientist was like doing, like growing these crazy kind of plants and stuff. And I had to get back to the train to get the money. And that's where the dream ended. I don't know what it means, but it was kind of interesting. And I remember in the dream thinking how real the money was. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I have, well, $900,000 at this point. But, so that was my dream last night. And we may open up the lines for dreams, but before we do, we need to reveal the movie of the week. Movie of the week. Ah, The Road Warrior. A great movie. Something many of you may love. Oh yeah. So, I don't know why they picked The Road Warrior and not Mad Max, the first one. And they went right to Mad Max 2. But they picked Mad Max 2, so I'll have to talk about that. Let's see, what do we know? Do you know that the dog in that movie was picked up from a pound the day before they were shooting? So I heard, or right before they were shooting, and it was going to be euthanized the next day. And the animal wrangler or trainer for the movie went in, and he was looking at different dogs in the movie, and that dog like came right up to him and like put the ball down right in front of him and was like ready to play, and he could see that the dog was like intelligent. And that's why that dog is so great in that movie, and it has such a good performance. I love Australian cattle dogs, by the way, and I want to get one. I was looking into fostering. We can put the camera back on the station. So anyway, Mad Max 2, what do we got for facts about that? Also, when they were making that movie, they were doing some of the shots, and afterward they looked at like the dailies on some of the chases and stuff, and they realized, because in the first movie it was super low budget, as many of you probably already know, the first Mad Max, and when they're shooting some of those high speed scenes, the camera's like mounted to the motorcycle, or the camera operator's literally on the back looking over the shoulder at the speedometer, and you get a lot of speed vibration, and it added to the effect. And they liked it, obviously, because it looks good. And so in the second Mad Max, they had a whole rig. You know, they had like a chase car that had like stabilizers and suspension and stuff. And so they were doing the chase scenes, and George Miller was saying how the footage looked really steady, and it was shaking, but it was like not really shaky very much enough. And so they had to, the cinematographer had to do this to the camera to make it look more shaky, because he thought it would look too smooth. And so basically the technology that they had been able to afford in the second film kind of like, you know, shot them in the foot, and they had to literally just shake the camera to make it better, look more, you know, exciting. And I thought that was a pretty interesting little fact. This chat is enormous, and I'll tell you what, I'm pretty far behind in the chat. What else do I know about Mad Max? Oh, and I also know that in Mad Max 2, it was like freezing. And it seems like it's hot in that movie, but they talk, Mel Gibson and all the other actors talk about how freezing cold it was. And they were just like under blankets until they did their scene. And then they took off the blanket and they would do the whole thing. But it was like really cold. It was like 40 degrees or something, because it was winter when they shot it. But it looks sunny and clear. But it's strange, because I always thought it was hot in that movie when I look at it. Fist of the North Star? Oh, Mad Max inspired Fist of the North Star, someone says. Oh, Tony says that I did not know that Mad Max, or the first Mad Max, or maybe the Road War. It makes sense, because all the Fist of the North Star aesthetic is post-apocalyptic. They're all dressed in like outfits like Mad Max, with like kind of like, what do they call that? S&M sort of bondage stuff, and leather and spikes and all that, and all the bad guys have like mohawks and things like that. That's interesting. I did not realize that movie obviously has influenced a ton of stuff, but that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's not a mystery to me anymore. I'm glad I learned. What else do I know about that? Oh, and in that scene at the end of Mad Max 2 when the guy gets like gets crushed in the front of the car, in the front of the truck, and the head explodes. That is a watermelon that they used to make it blow up like that, and it just splatted everywhere. And I'm pretty sure in the Fury Road Mad Max, or maybe I'm confusing it. The eyes that bulge out in that scene before that guy gets crushed, and that super close up of just the eyes, and they go, and it's like it's prosthetic. But that shot is either reused in Fury Road as like a tiny little frame, or it's from Mad Max and it was used in Mad Max 2. I remember something about that. That shot was reused, and also my favorite Mad Max, the first one, the toe cutter. He is the same actor who plays is it Lord Humongous? No, that's the second one. Whoever the bad guy is in Fury Road, I can't remember his name. He is the same actor from the first Mad Max from the 70s. So I thought that was pretty cool that he got to sort of get back into the whole series and play another part. Pretty cool. Let's see, what are we talking about here? Let's see. Driving through the desert looking for gas. Oh yeah, I know that, Tom. That's I can't remember who that is. What's the name of that band? What is the name of that band? I know who it is, but I just can't remember the name. What else we got here? Remember, you can run, but you can't hide. Oh, it's not High Five, High and Mighty. That's what it was, the High and Mighty. The scene where the guy's head explodes is in Fist of the North Star. Yeah, those are all awesome. Whenever he attacks them, they're like, "Oh, it didn't work," and then they blow up. What else we got here? I'm trying to catch up in the chat here. Oh, Immortan Joe, that's what it was. That was the guy who played the toe cutter. Immortan Joe. To do some merchandise. Hello? Oh, we're having interference. Hold on. Can you see me? Hello? Oh, I think we're having technical difficulties here. Stand by. Hi. Oh. Hi. Dad's in the studio. Dad came down to the mountain. Dad's looking at the chat. Welcome to Cheffid's radio show, everyone. Cheffid is... Oh. Can you hear Dad?
Dad is reading the chat. Dad wanted to interrupt for a brief moment. This will be a commercial break. Cheffid's radio show is brought to you by food. Get it at store. Eat it with mouth. Life continues. That's how you do it. If you enjoy living, please insert food into your body. That's how Dad does it. Do you ever have a long day? Do you ever had a bad night? Well, buy some food and take a bite. We all know the slogan. We've bought many cans. Did you know? This was how Dad met Mom. Dad and Mom were at a store one evening, living the single life. When Dad reached for a can of food and felt soft, human skin clasped around the can, and Dad thought, can of food doesn't feel like skin. Can of food feels like can. Then Dad looked and saw his hand was around Mom's hand. We both felt so embarrassed, as normal humans do when such an interaction occurs. So Dad said, "Oh, be my guest, woman I don't know." And Mom said, "No, why don't we share the dinner inside a romantic evening?" Well, Dad turned as red as that food. Wow. Dad remembers like it was yesterday, even though it was 5 eons ago. Well, thanks to Cheryl's kind gesture, Dad gave her a nice gesture back. A daughter! And now, Mom and Dad love each other. And we're inside matrimony, enjoying our lives in love, thanks to food. When you have a bad night, just take a bite. We all know the catchphrase. Well, Dad just wanted to interrupt to bring you a sponsored message. Everyone buy their food for $72 at store. Dad will take 3 questions and then return Cheffid to his current existence. Let's see. Helly Belly says, did you give her a wedding ring first? No. Mom and Dad went on a series of romantic evenings together, enjoying each other's company, until they came to the agreement of eternal romance. At that point, Dad purchased ring. Also at store. Store has everything you need. Nourishment, rules of love, engagement, tools. Not to be confused with True Value. The store that sells tools to fix everything, like the duct tape that Cheffid should wear on the bottom of his feet, since he's having sandal problems. Store, unlike True Value, sells more living items, food, furniture, wedding rings. So, Helly Belly, at the point when we came to our agreement, Dad purchased a ring at store. Mom said, ooh, woo. And now we're married. We'll take another question. Let's see. Dad's scrolling. Does anyone have a question? Did Dad and Mom eat dinner at Mom's house or Dad's house when they met? Good question, Majora. We ate at Dad's apartment. Dad had an apartment for his own living body, to surround himself, to protect himself from the elements, and store himself during slumber. There was enough room for Mom, though. She came inside. We had dinner, followed up by laughs. Those are some great laughs. I haven't laughed so much anymore. Maybe Dad needs to tell Mom more dad jokes. Was that a donation? Dad heard a donation. Thank you to whoever donated. Dad did not see. Dad sees it now. New subscriber. Epic something. Thank you for subscribing to Cheffid. If one person can donate before Dad leaves, he will tell everyone a secret message. Please, donate to Cheffid. His life blew up when his car blew up. Dad wants to help all the small people who are creating entertainment. One more question. Dad, who is your barber? That's a good question, Fart Doctor. Dad doesn't know who his barber is. Nature sort of just takes care of it. Dad doesn't really ever have to get a haircut. Sometimes his face grows all over itself, and his face just keeps happening. What is that? Is that a subscriber or a donation? So to answer your question, Dad doesn't have a barber. Sometimes Mom brushes his hair when he gets a cowlick. Oh, thank you, Yes or No, for subscribing. That's all for Dad, but if anyone can donate, Dad will give a secret message to everyone. Ooh, let's see. There's a little bit of a delay on Cheffid's mobile e-computer. When Dad can see what the donation is, he will tell everyone secret. Alligator Skull donated $1. Thank you very... Oh, someone else donated another $1 or something that I can't see yet. Well, goodbye, Penguin. Thank you, Alligator Skull. That's very nice of you. Okay. Oh, wow. It just keeps happening. You people are so generous. Cheffid will thank you when he's aware again of his surroundings. Oh, it just keeps happening. Maybe Dad should give many secrets. Well, Dad needs to be careful what he says, because he doesn't know who is watching or who is listening. What is happening? There is... Okay, new subscribers. Dad will hope that some people can give $1 if they can, because Cheffid has astronomical bills. You think, oh, Kyrie. Oh my goodness, how much does that say? $20. Thank you, Kyrie. That's very nice. That's a very, very, very enormous generation. Dad is not the donation. Dad is not seeing all the other ones, because $10 from Maddox. This is okay now. Okay, everybody, take it easy. Dad's human emotions are going to go running AWOL if this keeps happening. Thank you very much. Dad doesn't mean to hijack Cheffid's show. Dad, okay. Please, know you're supporting someone who truly needs these donations. Like, truly needs these donations. So it's very nice of you. Thank you for enjoying Dad, but please, stick around and enjoy Cheffid. This is bananas. Are these donations or are these subscribers? Okay. What's happening now? What? Dad wishes he could see these things. Okay, subscribers. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Thank you everyone for subscribing. If everyone who's watching, 116 people are watching. Oh wow, so many people like Cheffid. If everyone watching gives a thumbs up, it will help Cheffid immensely. If everyone watching can give $1, imagine Cheffid having $116. Here's the story about Cheffid. He doesn't like to say it because he's embarrassed. And he feels like it's not something people want to know. He just wants to put out entertainment. But the truth is, Cheffid's car blew up, and it cost $800 to fix. And then the mechanic said, your car is not safe to drive, even still. There's another thing that's broken. And possibly if he hits a big enough bump, the wheel will fall off. Cheffid was a mechanic himself and went to school for it. And Cheffid confirmed this information. But Cheffid has no other option. He needs to drive his car to walk dogs. So, Dad is here to help him. Dad knows everyone likes Dad's content. And Daddings, they might like Cheffid's content. So if you do, please support him, because he's trying very hard to stay living inside this universe. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you all the new subscribers. Cheffid will make this a regular show, and you can call in and talk to him. So, for the secret message. For those who are watching, Dad would like to tell you that boy stuff is sometimes neighborly. Sometimes on Mondays, it's neighborly to experience boy stuff. Take what you will from that. Dad uploads every Monday. See you soon. And don't forget to eat your food and play Minecraft, 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 Minecraft.
Hear me? Hello? Is it working? Hello? We were having some technical difficulties, and we were trying to figure out what was wrong with the camera. I think we're back. Well, that's the way that it goes with a first episode, you know. You have a little bit of hiccups going on. You can't expect too much when you're stealing your radio frequency from a radio station on top of Mount Wilson without their permission. I had to plug in this phone to try to get some more signal, and it seems like it's charging up again. Well, I think it's back. I don't know how to use this streaming stuff, you know. You guys gonna have to give me a break. The producer's blocking the light over here, but he's trying to figure out how to get the thing back up and running. We gotta give credit to the producer. Okay. Alright, well, I'm hoping that the signal is working and that we're broadcasting loud and clear. We're going to finish up with the show here with a little bit of segment about something that I observed when staying in England with my girlfriend. Something that is a troublesome situation for me, it makes it a little bit difficult when I'm in England, is that their peanut butter jars don't have a little bit of a inward edge inside the jar. So, for instance, when I'm in America and I wipe off my knife, the flat edge of the knife, you know, you scrape it off, it does a really good job because there's a piece like this and it scoops it right up. But when I'm in England, even though the peanut butter is great, it's actually healthier because they don't put salt in peanut butter normally. You have to find one with salt. And when they do put it, it's like just a tiny little bit. But when you scrape your knife on the peanut butter jar in England, it kind of goes like this, and it makes like a mess on the edge of the rim. because it doesn't have that little tiny bit that cuts in and scoops it out and scoops it down. Instead, it just goes flat across and then it kind of rolls up and goes over the edges. So that's kind of an inconvenience, but there's no reason to not go to England, but it's a great thing to observe and to be aware of. And I forewarn you, if you're going to England and you're going to wipe your knife on your peanut butter jar, beware. It's not going to go smoothly. And then another thing I was thinking of the other day was, I was curious if anybody else had ever done this, is my brothers and I used to take the TV remote controller and we point it at our eyeball, and you could make it bounce off your eye and go to the TV and like change the channel and it would work. Has anybody ever done this? Because this is something me and my brothers used to do. And I began to wonder if it was dangerous or not, if it was something I shouldn't be doing. But we'll have to see if there's anybody else on the line who would be aware of whether or not this is safe and if they have done it. So we'll open up the lines for anybody to call in specifically about the hazards and the safety of pointing the TV remote control at your eyeball to bounce it off into the screen to make the TV work. Does anybody have this experience? It seems like a slim chance, but and hopefully the lines are working after the interference, because when you're working in the middle of a radio tower, you never know if you're going to have a problem, because there's about 100 antennas up here and they're probably stepping on each other's toes. It's a little bit hard to see the chat because my phone is Nathan Hayes says I might not be coming home tonight. Date is oh my god, he's texting me in the chat on his date. Oh my god, I don't even know where he went. But now the whole chat knows that Nathan's on a date. It's a laser, Far Doctor. Yes, that is dangerous. Ask your doctor. You must stop changing the channel with your eye. Well, I haven't done it since I was a teenager, probably. But I was thinking about doing it the other day because I was like, oh, I remember we used to do that. It was fun. Maybe it's not a good idea. Well, has anybody else done this? Far Doctor, have you done it? Or did you know better? But see, I was a young person at the time, so I didn't know any better. Something about my intuition told me maybe I should stop trying to do that. Hair color. What does that mean? What color is my hair? I don't understand. I'm about to pass out here, so don't be at the end until the show. I just want to take this opportunity to wish everyone a good night. Oh, well, thank you, Silver Sonic. Thank you very much. Nathan isn't coming home because he's in 1999. Well, I think he graduated in 99, maybe. Wish you I was a lady. So anybody else do that? Anybody else point the remote control their eye? Oh, what's going on? Got some interference again. Producer. There's our producer. The one and only Mad Max. That's probably why Mad Max 2 was the movie of the week. Oh, it's like, I thought it was an infrared signal from the remote control. It's okay. Mike Lombardo says it's okay. Fire Doctor says no. Mike Lombardo says it's alright. Well, I'm still afraid to do it. I'm just trying to catch up on this. LED would be bad. Oh, if it was an LED, it would be bad. I guess it's not. But since it's an infrared, you don't have to worry. Well, the all-knowing Mike Lombardo has put me at ease. What doesn't he know? That's a mystery. Merchandise. Yeah, there is one piece of Cheffid merchandise. It's on Nathan's like Zazzle or something. It's the Cheffid shirt. You guys might have to dig around for that. Maybe Nathan could let you know somehow. I could put a link in or something, I guess. Let's see. No one else has done this, huh? I figured it was something that not too many people would have done. Oh, and thank you, Alligator, for putting up this Patreon. Yeah, there's a Patreon. We do a podcast, not from Mount Wilson, but Nathan and I do my own brother's podcast. You may have seen the most recent episode airing on YouTube this Friday. And there'll be another one coming this week. You can see the infrared signal with your camera on your phone. Really? Does that mean you can take a picture of it, Mike? Are you saying I can see it if I like look at my phone screen and point the camera at it while someone's clicking the buttons? I'll see a beam? Mike is smart. Michael, what do we got? Is there a way to donate without PayPal? I don't have that. LOL. I am crazy. Cat lady. There's a Streamlabs link. I don't know if that's the same thing as PayPal though. But unfortunately, I think the only way to do it is through that Streamlabs link. Because I don't have a super chat or anything like that. Yeah, ask Michael and Bardo. Well, yeah, let's do a Cheffid Tea Spring Store. Just catching up on the chat here, everybody. Everyone should go try it. Point your receiver remote at your cell phone. Camera. Operate the camera app and push the button. Oh, Mike, so you're saying you can put the TV remote up to your camera lens on your phone and then, or on the back side, on the main lens, point it in there and it'll come out the screen? Is that what you're saying, Mike? Really? Yeah, you have to use an infrared one, like a regular one, not like an Apple TV one. Oh yeah, you can donate to the Patreon. That's right. If you go to the Patreon/CheffidRigsby, I think that's what the Patreon is, or it's Seth Barnett. Maybe it's Seth Barnett. Go to Patreon and search for Seth Barnett, BARNATT, and then you'll be able to donate perhaps $1 a month. Didn't mute the baby. Yeah, it probably didn't work. Oh, you'll see it blink. Interesting. I'll have to try that later. Won't come out of the screen though. That's funny. Oh yeah, it is Seth Barnett Patreon. Thank you, Halle Bailey. I didn't even know my own Patreon. All right. We got 116 in the chat. Well, I can take some open line calls if anybody has an anomaly or perhaps a paranormal experience. It can't be anything. I want to know if you've sighted an alien, if you have seen a ghost, or if you have had a strange anomaly happen. Hold on, caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Oh, it worked. Hi.
Hello, caller.
I just wanted to, you said call in, so I figured I'd call in, just say hi to everybody, hi everybody in the chat, and I hope you have good luck raising your donations.
Thank you. What about the donation? Say it again.
Oh, good luck raising
Oh, good
your
luck.
donations.
Yes, well, that would be quite a gift. It seems like some people have been donating, so I appreciate it. Have you happened to had any paranormal experiences, alien sightings?
Well, no, but my grandmother believes that her friend is a ghost in our house, and we watch Property Brothers sometimes to appease the spirit, so there's that.
Really?
Oh yeah, that was her favorite show, so we just put it on sometimes in case the ghost wants to watch it.
Interesting. Well,
Why make a shrine when you can just watch a TV show?
there you go. I like the sound of that. All right. Well, I got another call coming in from Bend, Oregon, but I appreciate your time.
All right, bye.
I'll talk to you later. Nope. I missed that call. Call back if you want to tell me about a paranormal experience. Yeah, obviously something that you've experienced. There was a call. I'll answer it if you can get back from Oregon, if you're still available. Just recapping my notes here, making sure we didn't miss any important segments. Oh, got a caller. Hold on. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Cheffy.
Yes, this is Cheffid.
Nikki-chan, and I just wanted to tell you guys about my paranormal experience.
Yes, please.
I'm scared because I don't really know if it's real, But like, when I was a kid, I was like around 14, and like, I lived in a bedroom with my sister. Like, we shared a bedroom.
Yeah.
And like, it was the first time she like had like a sleepover with her friend.
Okay.
And like, so she left me alone, and I was scared. And like, I couldn't sleep. And like, I had like a VRC and like a VHS tape player, sorry. And,
oh, VHS, like a VCR?
Yeah. And like, I had a Pokemon Forever movie, like the VHS thingy or whatever.
Okay.
And I popped it in there because I thought it would calm me down because I had seen that movie so many times, and I thought it was just like chill and not scary at all.
Yeah.
When I popped it in, I saw like that little like white noise, and I could see like in the middle like an outline of a girl standing in like a T-pose kind of, and I could see like her hair flowing and her dress flying in the wind.
Really?
It scared me because in that movie there was nothing like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was like a poor frequency and like there was this part of the image was burning through, but there was nothing like that in the movie, huh?
No, there wasn't. And like, I got freaked out because I was alone, and my parents, like, whenever I was afraid, they never comforted me or kind of me.
How long did it stay on the screen?
It just stayed for a good while, and like, I got
really
scared because, yeah. And so, I tried stopping it.
Yeah.
And like, it wouldn't.
Really?
So that scared me. Yeah, and I tried rewinding it, fast forwarding it, turning the power off, and it just wouldn't stop. And like,
really?
I was so afraid because I was alone. Yeah. And like, I got so scared. I tried turning off the TV. It wouldn't. And I was so afraid. I just ripped out all the cables from the plugs, the wall, and I just hopped into my bed. And then like, I just hid under my blankets, and somehow I fell asleep.
I probably would have done the same thing if I were that age.
Yeah.
That would have scared me even now. If I saw that happening now, I'd get freaked out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, sometimes I'm afraid that I imagine that thing, because like I don't know. I don't know how you would react. Like, if you would believe in something like that.
But that seems like an awful lot to have imagined.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're imagining something, you can tell because like you think about it and you bring yourself back to reality. It sounds like it's something more real than that.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I don't know if ghosts are real, and I'm not trying to troll you guys. I mean, to be fair, I don't believe myself to this day, guys, but I just wanted to share you guys my experience and what you guys think, and
it's
if you
crazy.
guys had something crazy like that.
I've
Yeah.
never had anything like that, but that's fascinating.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
thank
thanks
you
you.
so much for letting me call in, Chessy. I'm enjoying your stream so far.
Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was a great call, everybody. That's scary. I wonder... That's what everyone's afraid of, you know? You're afraid of the TV coming to get you. That's always like the makings of a horror movie. Something coming out of the TV, or the TV's possessed. Or doesn't something like that happen in Poltergeist? Something climbs out of the TV. That's pretty freaky. I can't explain it. It belongs in the file of mysteries to me. If that happened even now, at this age, I'd still be scared. That'd freak me out. Our producer's trying to send me something. I can't hear him, but let's see if I can. Should Nathan ask his date to marry him on the first date? Well, if you're feeling like she's the one, then maybe you should. I got a call coming in. Hold on, caller. Caller, you're on the line.
Oh, hello.
Hello, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oklahoma.
Ah, the great state of Oklahoma.
It's a state for sure.
Home of tornadoes.
Yeah, lots of those.
Have you had a paranormal experience?